Hello and welcome to another video. This video we're going to be talking about PlayStation pickups for March. I'm going to split this into two videos simply because there's been quite a lot of pickups this month. So we have picked up stuff for PS1, PS2, PS3 and PS4, and I'm really pleased to say a new console collection has started. So, I'm going to chop it up. Like I say, I'm going to make this into two parts. This first part is going to be PS1 and PS3, and then I'll do the other one. I'll shoot the other one a bit later on. But before I show you those games that we picked up for those two consoles, I am really pleased. I'm delighted with this. I've been after PSP for a while. I've been looking around. Nothing's really jumped out. The right time hasn't come around. The right, I haven't seen one that I like the look of, or nothing's been local enough, and etc. etc. So anyway, so I mentioned it on stories, and I got chatting to a guy on there, Ashley, top man. I mean, you know you are, and this is the whole point of it. I mean, I just want to make this point. This community. It's things like this that make it, so worth doing. So we were talking. We've been following each other for a while anyway. I sorted him out about a month or so ago with a Silent Hill demo disc he was after. I'd done a little story on that, and he reached out and said, look, because I already had one anyway, so it was no problem. So I sent it up to him. I'd done him a really good deal on it. And then we started talking about PSPs and stuff like this, and he happened to say, he's got, I think he said he had 3 of them, so he absolutely kindly sent me one down, and, so I'm really pleased to say we now have a PSP, and it's amazing. I've never owned one of these before. I'm really looking forward to building a little collection up for this. It's an amazing device, all works fine, so top man. I really appreciate that. He didn't want anything for it, but I wasn't going to go out like there was no way that was happening. So I sent him a little, some beer tokens. But so that is a new collection has started. So we might as well start there. So PSP, first game for it, which I had already bought in anticipation for this arriving. I was excited. It was like a kid at Christmas. And I only bought this purely because I was out and I saw it in a charity shop, and it was £1.50, and that is Virtua Tennis World Tour. That's the only game I own for the PSP. I know there's some better titles than this, but I just wanted to kind of have one so I could test it when it arrived. I'm pleased to say everything's fine. I've given this a go. It actually isn't a bad game at all. I was playing it for probably about half an hour the other night. So anyway, so there we go. So reach out in the comments. What games do I need to get for the PSP? I know there are some exclusives, aren't there? Which, I'm definitely going to be looking at, those. So, yeah, anyone's got any suggestions, drop them down below, and I'll definitely check them out. So, let's move on. We've got 2 on the PS3 that I want to show you, and then a nice little stack of PS1 games, which we'll go through. So, let's move on. Let's go over to the PS3. So these are interesting titles for the PS3. One of them I've never heard of before. I had heard of the series, but I'd never heard of this game before, so we'll leave that till after. The other one is a bit of a classic, a nice little fighting game franchise that I'm a bit of a fan of, and that is Dead or Alive 5. Okay, it's only £3. I thought it'd be a bit more expensive than that. So £3. That was a CEX. So yeah, looking forward to that. So fans of the series will know all about these. Good fighting games. Dead or Alive 5. And then the other one, I can't remember where I got this. I think this was off eBay. It was a little bit pricey. It's not in the the big hitter league, but I think it was about 12 quid. But it's quite cool because it comes with some extra bits. I'll show you it now. Don't know many other games that come with this. If there is any, let me know. And that is called House of the Dead Overkill Extended Cut. Okay, now this very similar to all the other House of the Dead games, I'm assuming, but inside here, everything there. And it also comes with, now I guess this is, if you're going to get this game, you've got to have these 2 pairs. I'll just put that down there. 2 pairs of the 3D glasses that go with it. I mean, it's just a bit of cardboard, but this needs to be complete. If you're going to get this, you've got to get these. So I'm quite happy with that. It's quite a decent little piece. So there you go. House of the Dead. I've not played it yet. I'm looking forward to giving it a go with the glasses, obviously. And works on any TV. You don't need 3D TVs for this. So give it a go. House of the Dead Overkill Extended Cut. That is the only 2 PS3 games that we've added to the collection this month. But like I say, I'm happy with them. They're not your sort of usual ones, that you see all the time. Now, so let's move on to the PS1. I'll start off, another shout out to Ashley, the geezer that sorted me out with the PSP. I mean, again, top man. He put a few little gifts in there as well. So not only did the PSP arrive, also he put in a few. He asked me actually, have you got any? Obviously, do you collect for PS1? I said yeah. And he said, have you got any of this type of game? And he mentioned the type of game. And I actually looked them up and I didn't. I said no, I don't. And I realised there would be a load of them. And he kindly sent me 3 Formula 1 games, which is amazing. I mean, what a gent. So we'll go through these. So Formula 1 2001. All really good condition. Just Formula 1, which I'm assuming was the first one. They look alright. Do you know what I mean? They look alright. And I can remember, I'm pretty certain I had that when I first had my PS1. And then another one, Formula 1 99. Schumacher on the front cover there, look. And yeah, alright. So amazing. Top man. I can't say enough. I really appreciate that. So they'll go in the collection nicely. And then there's a load which I bought. And you'll have to excuse me because I can't remember half of these, where I got them from. I tend to just randomly buy stuff, make a pile up, and then kind of go through it all. So this one, I know this one was on Vinted with another bundle of stuff. And that is the Dukes of Hazzard 2. Daisy dukes it out. No idea. But it looks alright. It wasn't that dear. I think it was about 4 quid, maybe 5 quid. But again, condition is everything with PS1 games. It's a really nice condition. Manual, everything's intact. Another one. I remember this guy. Prince Nassim Boxing. Don't know what the game's like, but this guy was a bit of a, he's a bit of a legend, wasn't he, back in the day? And that swagger he had about him. But yeah, so I don't know what it's like, but it looks alright as boxing games go. Don't look too bad. PlayStation 1 wasn't dear. I think that was about £4. Actual Golf next. We were joking about this. I was joking about this with someone. We were talking about old golf games, and I don't know if you're like this, but we were talking about old golf games, and I think I was talking about Mega Drive games. I've actually got quite a few golf games for the Mega Drive, and I don't mind them. And then we were sort of talking about other platforms, and this is just someone on Instagram, and he said, "Oh, have you played the actual golf on PS1?" And I'm so bad. It literally that was all that was needed that conversation, within 30 seconds of him saying that, I was over on eBay and I'd bought a copy. You know, I don't, sometimes it's a bit too sort of spontaneous, really. I think I've got a bit of a problem, but that. So I went out and I scalped this. Again, it wasn't dear. It's not like, you know, you're blowing a fortune on a game. It was like £4 or £3 or something like that. So anyway, Actual Golf 2. And they weren't bad. And I remember them. I think I had the first one when I first had the PlayStation back in the day, when I had my original one. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't had a go at this one yet, but I'll have a look. And it looks fine. You know, they're an easy play, aren't they? Golf games, they're an easy play. Do you know what I mean? Just give it a go. Sit down, chill out, have a round of golf. Another one. I've got a weird obsession with these games, even though I've never in my life cast a rod for real. Okay? Action bass. What is it about fishing games? I must have about 10 or so fishing games across various platforms. Probably never going to play them, but there's just something about it. They're just a weird... It's a weird niche of game, isn't it? I mean, why? It's one of those ones... What are you going to do? Just sit there and, you know, do you have to literally sit there with the controller for hours on end just waiting for a bite? I quite like the sound of it, to do it for real. I've never done it. I'd love to go fishing. I'd like to give it a go. I've never done it. But, you know, the sort of at one with nature and all that. But on a computer game, does it give you that same kind of buzz? Anyway, it was cheap. We're all cheap and cheerful, these are PlayStation 1 games. Action Bass, there you go, there's another one. It's got a nasty crack down the top. It's not ideal, but anyway, it'll go in. Another one, I mean, this looks pretty, well, it doesn't look that bad, but it's it screams budget to me. Ski Air Mix. Nasty crack on the side. Don't like that. It was in a bundle with a load of other ones. I think they might have come with the Action Bass and another one of the others. It wasn't that dear. It was like £8 or something. Vinted, again, is where I'm doing a lot of these type of bundle deals. But yeah, Ski Air Mix. It'll go in the collection. And then another three, which I bought. This is a brilliant game. Toka Touring Car Championship, really good. I remember when that first come out, you know, graphics and everything. Really, really good game, that, for the PlayStation 1, if you're into your sort of rally stuff. Touring car, should I say. And then another two, same bargain stuff, but I quite like chess games. And, you know, I like chess as a game. So it's quite good to be able to, you know, give it a go. Very simple, you know, does not need to be a PlayStation game, this, but anyway, they did it, and it looks alright. Like I say, it's chess. And then the last one is, I thought this was going to be a bit like, you know, it's called Pipe Mania 3D. I want to say Manic Miner from way back, probably 2 or 3 generations before this. Don't know. Maybe it's not similar. Actually, it looks to be similar. Anyway, Pipe Mania 3D. Again, cheap and cheerful. £4, £5. So, and there you go. So that is it. Like I say, amazing. Really, really happy about these. The PlayStation 1 games are nothing special, but they're a nice little bundle to go in the collection. I'm happy with that. There's a few good ones on there. But, you know, again, can't say enough. Thanks very much, Ashley, for all the Formula 1 games and the PSP. Amazing. So I'm really looking forward to collecting for this. Again, PlayStation Portable. Can't wait. And then, obviously, I think the other highlight is probably this one. Has anyone got this? Have you got it? If you have, make sure you get the 3D glasses. So that's it. Thanks very much. So be sure to check out part 2, where I'll be going over the March pickups for the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 4. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.